base and salt. It is very important topic and which we are using in our topic is acid, base and salt. What is meant by acid? According to Arrhenius theory, so many theories are there to explain about acids. According to Arrhenius theory, what is an acid? Acid means which releases H plus ion in water. This definition was given by Arrhenius. So this theory is called as Arrhenius theory. For example, HCl. HCl in water, it releases H plus ion and Cl minus ion. This H plus ion react with this water, it forms H3O plus. This name is hydronium ion. And first example, second example, H2SO4. H2SO4 in water, it forms HSO4 minus plus H plus. HSO4 minus plus H plus. This H plus again reacts with water, it forms H3O plus. Again, this HSO4 is able to release one more H plus ion. So, is a H2SO4. H2SO4, usually we know these names, hydrochloric acid. This is a hydrochloric acid. This is a sulfuric acid. All these are acids. According to our definition, they are also releasing H plus ion in water and forming even hydronium ion also. This is a hydronium ion. So HCl is able to release one H plus ion in water. H2SO4 is able to release two H plus ions in water. So this is an acid. Acid means which release the H plus ions in water is called as a acid. After that, this acid, the examples of acid. Examples. Number 1, HCl, already we know this, and H2SO4 and H3PO4 and H3PO3. This is sulfuric hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. This is phosphoric acid, and this is a phosphorus acid, and CH3COOH, acetic acid. All these are example for acid. After that, how many types of acids are there? Okay. Types of acids. Number 1, mineral acids. Number 2, organic acids. What is meant by mineral acid? Mineral acid means the acid which we are preparing in lab. The acid which preparing in laboratory is called as mineral acid. For example, HCl, H2SO4, all these are we are preparing in laboratory, so they are called as mineral acid. And after that, organic acids. Organic acid means which are present in living things. Or organisms. Living organisms. Or the products which are coming from the living organisms. Living organic products. For example, acetic acid. Acetic acid which is present in vinegar. vinegar, tartaric acid, formic acid, malic acid. All these are malic acid, which is present in lactic acid, which are present in milk, and formic acid, which are present in honeybee, and tartaric acid, which are present in tomato, lactic acid present in milk, and spinach present in spinach. So these type of acids are there, and organic acids. And organic acid is usually weak acids. Organic acids are usually weak acid. Again, one point raised, what is weak acid? So again, acids are based on their strength. Acid strength. Based on their strength, again two types are there. One is weak acid, strong acid. Another one is weak acid. What is a strong acid? What is a weak acid? Means, if we are, what is an acid? Which release H plus ions, that is acid. Which release H plus ion is an acid. So strong acid means which release H plus ions immediately into the water. Immediately means 100% ionization takes place. 100% ionization. What is meant by ionization? Ionization means decompose into ions or formation of ions. Decompose into ions or formation of ions are called as ionization. So if acid undergoes 100% ionization, means completely it releases H plus ions, it is called as strong acid. For example, all mineral acids, strong acids, okay. For strong acid is HCl, H2SO4. So mineral acids almost they are example for strong acid. They undergo for 100% ionization. What is a weak acid? Weak acid means which undergoes partial ionization. What is meant by partial ionization? Partial ionization means completely they will not release a H plus ions. For example, acetic acid. Acetic acid is a weak acetic acid. If you take, it release acetate ion and H plus ion. So complete ionization, 100% ionization does not take place. That type of acids are called as weak acids. Example for weak acid is almost organic acids or weak acids. Organic acids are weak acids. This is full information about reactions of acid. Reactions of acids. If with metal, number one, with metals. If acid reacts with metal, for example, Na plus HCl, it usually release by forming salt, it release H2 gas. If you want to balance, this is the balanced equation. So with metal plus acid usually forms salt plus H2 gas. After that, metal salts, when it reacts with metal salts, For example, ZnSO4 when reacts with HCl, it is able to form ZnCl2 plus SO2 plus H2 will be formed. H2 will be formed. And if it reacts with the bases, acid, when reacts with the base, acid plus base gives rise to, we know that, salt plus water. This reaction is called as neutralization reaction. Example, NaOH plus HCl gives rise to NaCl plus H2. And reaction with metal oxides. We have one information. Metal oxides are they are basic in nature. We know that metal oxides are basic in nature. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. For example, if you take a CO2 is acidic in nature and SO2 acidic in nature, because if they are dissolving in the water, they form acid, so that they are acidic in nature. Metal oxides, if they are dissolved in water, for example, CaO is there. When it is dissolving in the water, it is able to form CaOH twice, so that it is basic in nature. If it is basic in nature, if it reacts with acid, what is going to be happen? CaO plus HCl. Obviously, salt plus water. It is also one of the neutralization, but it is not direct neutralization, indirect neutralization. So, what is going to be formed here in place of salt? CaCl2 will be formed. CaCl2. Okay. So, those are the reactions of acid. Now, we are going to know about the characteristics of acid. Means properties of acid. Characteristics of acid. Number 1, acid if it release H plus ions, so usually it can release the H plus ions, so it conducts electricity. Okay, electricity. And acids are sour in taste, so that tomato, all these are sour in taste. And after that, with litmus, blue litmus turns to red. What is litmus? We will discuss when we are teaching about indicators. Turns to red. Blue litmus turns to red. If acid content will be more, if acid percentage will be more in soil, it disturbs the fertility. It disturbs fertilization. And if acid percentage is more in is more in atmosphere, causes acid rains. rains. What is meant by acid rain? What is meant by acid rain means which pH, atmosphere pH is greater than 5.7, not greater than, less than 5.7, then acid, it causes acid rain. Means acid rain means if in atmosphere carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, these gases are releasing from automobiles or from factories. If these content will be more, they are usually react with water which is present in the atmosphere. Water molecules which are present in the atmosphere, obviously they are converted into acids. H2SO3, sulfurous acid, nitric acid, HNO3, nitric acid, sulfurous acid and carbonic acid. So due to this reaction, these acids converts the water molecules to the, these oxides converts the water molecules to the acids. So instead of water, we will get the acid rains. This is the reason for acid rains. Even in our mouth also, if pH level is more, pH level is less, actually pH level below 7 means that is acid. Acid content is more in our body. If pH is less than 5.8 in our mouth, it causes tooth decay. It causes tooth decay. Tooth decay. So, and which is the good content of acid for the fertility, that is 7. If pH is 7, it is good for the fertilization. Means pH is 7 means that is neutral. No acid, no base. These are the characteristics of acid. After that, we will see bases. According to Arrhenius theory, Arrhenius has given definition for acid and base. Till now we discussed about acid. Now we are going for the bases. What is meant by base? Base means which release, the substance which release OH minus ion in water. For example, NaOH is a base. NaOH is a base. So in water it releases Na plus ion and OH minus ion. This OH minus ion again it cannot react with H2O to form, like as how the acid H plus ion reacted with water to form hydronium ion, like that it will not react with H2O. Just Na plus ion and OH minus ion they will release. This Na plus react with another molecule, OH also react with another molecule, and MgOH twice. MgOH twice. This is Mg plus 2 and 2 OH minus. So like this OH minus ions they are releasing in the water, that is called as a base. Especially when we are, what is the name of NaOH? NaOH name is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, which is also called as a caustic soda. The another name also caustic soda. Caustic soda. Magnesium hydroxide. This name you know very well, magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. It is also called as a milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia. What is meant by milk of magnesia? Because it is having white color milk type suspension which we are using for our antacid. antacid. Antacid means if acid content is more in our body, we already discussed acid plus base gives neutralization reaction, means it forms salt and water. Salt and water. If acid content is more in our body, it arises the digestive problems or gas problems. So many problems will be arises. So that to avoid that, to reduce the acid in our body, we need to take base. So to take the base, we are using milk of magnesia is a good antacid. After that, another example, CaOH twice. CaOH twice. Calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, another name is lime water. Lime water. Another name of calcium hydroxide is lime water. It is also using as antacid. Antacid, whitewash, so many uses are there for lime water. Usually we are using magnesium hydroxide. Very rare condition we are using calcium hydroxide as antacid. Now, if you take NaOH, how many OH minus ions are releasing? One OH minus ion is releasing from NaOH. From magnesium hydroxide, how many OH minus ions are releasing? 2 OH minus ions are releasing. If you take, I am erasing this one. If you take CaOH twice, CaOH twice, how many, it is able to release how many OH minus ions? 2 OH minus ions. 2 OH minus ions can be released from CaOH twice. AlOH thrice, aluminium hydroxide. What is the name of AlOH thrice? Aluminium hydroxide. It is able to release 3 OH minus ions. Why I am discussing this one? So the number of OH minus ions releasing from base is called acidity of base. Acidity of base. Even though it is applicable for acid also, that also we are going to discuss. So the number of OH minus ions releasing from base is called as acidity of base. So now what is the acidity of NaOH? Here I am writing. So base and its acidity. Base and its acidity. For example, NaOH. What is the acidity? How many OH minus ions? Only 1. So acidity also 1. CaOH twice. How many? 2 OH minus ions it is able to release. So 2. And BaOH twice. It is also 2. And AlOH thrice. AlOH thrice. It is 3. So this is monoacidic, diacidic, triacidic. This is acidity of a base. Is it clear? Even though acid also. Acid, what we are, example for acid, HCl. In HCl, how many H plus ions it can release? 1 H plus ion it can release. Because only 1 H plus ion is there already. We have seen that equation. And H2SO4, how many H plus ions it can release? 2 H plus ions. 2 H plus ions it can release. H3PO4, how many H plus ions it can release? It can release 3 H plus ions. 3 H plus ions. So, what is the number of H plus ions releasing by acid is called as a basicity. Basicity definition, number of H plus ions releasing by acid is called basicity of acid. Basicity of acid. For example, acid and its basicity. Acid and its basicity. So many examples are there for acid. Then bases. Bases are is able to release all OH minus ions, but acids are not like that. HCl. Basicity is 1 because of 1 H plus ion. H2SO4. 2 H plus ion, so basicity is 2. HNO3. 1 H plus ion, so 1 basicity. H3PO4, 3 H plus ion, so basicity is 3. H3PO3 is basicity is 2 because based on its structure it is unable to release 1 H plus ion, it is able to release only 2 H plus ions. And acetic acid, CH3COOH, here only this hydrogen it can release. These 3 hydrogens are bonding with the carbon, so it cannot release only 1 H plus ion. So basicity is 1. Even though NH4OH, what is the acidity of base? Only 1. Clear? Strength of base. Here there is no any mineral bases and organic bases because all bases are preparing in laboratory only. So strength of base. Here it is 2 types. Strong base and weak base. Weak base. Same like that. Strong base means which undergoes 100% ionization. 100% ionization means it is able to release all OH minus ions. How much amount we are taking in the base, that all they can release. For example, for strong bases, NaOH, KOH, potassium hydroxide. These are strong bases. And weak bases, which undergoes partial ionization. I already given the definition for ionization, so that I am explaining that. So partial ionization. For example, NH4OH. NH4OH is example for weak base. If we are taking MgOH twice and CaOH twice is not weak acids, it's not a weak bases and as well as a weak base and a strong base, but these two are mild bases. So when comparing with NH4OH, they are strong. When comparing with NaOH, they are weak in nature. Okay, this is about strength of bases. After that, characteristics of bases. Reactions of bases.